Hello and welcome back to the Workbench. This is where we discuss ceiling fan history, trivia, and technical information. Today we're going to talk about Palco. And like a number of these videos, this topic started out with me trying to answer a simple question. Was Palco an OEM? Which, if you don't know what OEM stands for, it's Original Equipment Manufacturer. It means, are they the factory that made the things as opposed to somebody that bought from the factory that made the things, or somebody that bought from the company that bought from the factory that made the things. A lot of these videos deal with who is the OEM, especially of imported fans, also of certain American-made fans that were shared by different companies. And somebody asked me, is this a Palco? And I said, well, I'm not sure, but it's the same OEM. They said, well, is Palco an OEM? And I said, let's dig into it. Let's find out. And the good news is we answer that question. The good news is we have a bigger unanswered question, and I'm sure you can figure out what it is. Let's get into it. In 1974, Palco International is incorporated in the state of Florida. In 1975, Carib fans appear in ads as relabeled unions. Now, we're going to get into this a little later, but Carib is a label that Palco fans were sold as. In 1976, Carib fans are heavily advertised. The pictures look like Union, Tat, and or early Safer. And I put Safer in air quotes because we still don't know if Safer is an OEM either. That's a topic I'm still researching. In 1977, Carib fans appear to be Union fans, Safer fans, and what we normally think of as the copper Palco with 3 blades, 4 metal blades, or 4 wood blades. Carib fans are now light adaptable. In 1978, Carib and Palco International are both trademarked by the same company. So we know that Carib is a trademark of Palco. The company is Palco International. Carib is one of their trademarks. And Carib fans are also now sold as Fan-Aire. In 1979, Carib fans now have cane blades. In 1980, the same people, the same company incorporates Classic Concepts and Can-Am Electronics. By the way, I have not been able to find any products sold as Can-Am Electronics, so I'm not sure what they made and sold. I don't know if it was fan-related or not. I looked, I couldn't find anything. That's 1980. Also in 1980, and here's something that threw me for a loop, Palco fans are now relabeled friction drives. So apparently they got a shipment of friction drive fans and said, we're going to sell these under our label. That's 1980. Also in 1980, Carib fans are on closeout, and some Carib fans are relabeled Moss Caribbean Breeze types. In 1981, the same company incorporates Ventura Fan. Also in 1981, Palco fans appear in ads as relabeled friction drives and designers. So they were relabeling multiple Emerson fans as Palco, something I didn't know. Also in 1981, this is the last use of the Fan-Aire in advertising. Also in 1981, Classic Concepts first appears in ads. So it appears that they're phasing out Carib, which was their trademark, their fan line through the 70s, and they're phasing in Classic Concepts, which is the new name. And in 1981, Classic Concepts offers a chrome and plexiglass Zephyr style fan. When I say Zephyr style fan, I mean a plain housing, blades mount to the bottom, kind of a conventional GE Hunter original type ceiling fan, like a Moss heirloom. Doesn't necessarily have to GE vents. I'll specify if something does. But when I say Zephyr style, it's a plain bottom mount fan with long blade arms. Okay? So they have a chrome and plexiglass Zephyr style fan sold as Classic Concepts in 1981. In 1982, Palco fans appear in ads as the cane-bladed vented spinners that we all associate with Palco. It's the last mention of Palco in ads, so they're no longer using their own name in advertising at this point. In 1982 is the first year that Ventura Fan shows up in ads. Remember, they trademarked that and incorporated it a year earlier, but it first shows up in ads in 1982, and what they're selling as Ventura Fan is the standard 4-blade cane Palco type. Also in 1982, Classic Concepts introduces the Contempo, which is a 3-curved blade industrial with an integrated light kit, the Ventura, which is a standard Palco with cane, and the Dynasty, which is a Zephyr-style fan with cane. 1982 is also the last time Classic Concepts is mentioned in ads. In 1983, Can-Am Electronics is dissolved. And again, we've gone all this time. I still haven't found out what Can-Am Electronics actually made. In 1983, Ventura Fan is sometimes a standard 4-blade Palco, and sometimes now it's a Commander-style vented spinner. 1983. 1984, Ventura Fan is dissolved. Palco International is dissolved. In 1984, Ventura still shows up as a Commander and Supreme type spinner with no switch housing, but there's very few ads, so it's apparently people just selling off their old stock. In 1985, the Carib trademark is officially abandoned, and in 1987, Classic Concepts is officially dissolved. Because remember, Palco was incorporated first and then dissolved, and they incorporated Classic Concepts later and didn't dissolve it until later. So, we've answered my original question, which is no, they were not an OEM. They imported a bunch of different fans, as well as relabeled some domestic fans, Emersons, which I didn't know. And we learned a lot. We learned some model names and some models that I didn't know existed, some brand names that I didn't know existed. I never heard of Ventura Fan, other than like the Casablanca Ventura. But we still didn't answer my original question, which is who actually made the fans that we associate with Palco. When we say the copper Palco-style fans, they may have been made by one of the factories that we're already familiar with, like CEC. They definitely have the same canopies as CEC. Or, you know, Shichen. No, it wouldn't be Shichen. That would be Taiwan. It has to be Hong Kong. So, we don't know. I'm still researching. I hope I'll be able to do an update on that. It might be a factory we've never heard of. But we know that Palco is not the name of the factory. Palco is the name of the company incorporated in Florida that relabeled and sold myriad different fans. So, one mystery solved, another mystery still out there. And if you would like to make sure that you don't miss the next installment when I solve that mystery, you have to like, comment, and subscribe. And you have to also subscribe to us on all the podcasting platforms so that you don't miss anything. And as always, this video has a sponsor, and that sponsor is Fanstick. I encourage you to continue to buy Fanstick. Thanks for watching.